Hey guys, Christina here, and today I have a flip through and review view of this course here, Applied Engineering Studies of God's Design in Nature by Master Books. If you're not familiar with Master Books, they are a US-based Christian curriculum company. I was trying to remember, and I think this is the only curriculum that I've used from them. I'm pretty sure that's correct. So this was a first for us. My son, who is in grade 9, recently completed this course, and I wanted to share with you his thoughts on it as well as mine. First though, I'm going to turn the camera around and give you a look at all the different components, and I'll come back here and share my thoughts on it. There's a few different components to this course, and I'll go through them all. I'm going to start with this. This is the teacher guide, but it also includes the student worksheets. When I purchased this from the company, it came like bound in a book, and the pages are hole punched and they're also perforated. So I actually took the whole book apart and I kept this as my like teacher answer book, and I did a student book. So I'm going to show you this one first. So this is geared towards 7th to 9th grade is what they recommend. There's some information about who the authors are. Then you have here the table of contents. So you have using this teacher guide, course objectives, description, daily schedule, worksheets, quizzes, and answer keys. So it does come with a schedule, but it tells you like you can do your own schedule, of course. But they plan 30 to 45 minutes per lesson for 4 days a week. It has the answer keys, it has the worksheets, quizzes and tests are used. Again, designed for grades 7 to 9 in a 1-year course, which will earn you 1 science credit, and applied learning activities. Goes over the course objectives, course description, and then a research paper which the child is required to do. It describes here what they need to do. So this is the schedule. I made a copy of it for my child, so I have it in their book as well. But you can see it's very, very clearly laid out. So they do it by semester. So they have first and second quarter per semester, and then second semester, first and second quarter as well. So you can see like some of the days are blank. They're not doing anything, but for the most part, majority of the days they're doing 4 a week. So you can see this here, second quarter, midterm grade, second semester, third quarter, second semester, fourth quarter, final grade. And then this is the answer keys. So it goes in order, just like their worksheets do. It just simply tells you what the answer is. There is no like repeat of the question. I'll just do a quick flip through here for you. That's just what it looks like. So that is the teacher portion of it. Now the student portion, I just went ahead and did the schedule in the front again. And then these are the sheets. And so in the beginning, it tells you you're going to be using this book first, which I'll show you the books in a minute. There is, at the top here, it tells you like day 1, which worksheet you need to do, day 2, day 3. So it's very easily and clearly identifiable about what you need to do. Now, we didn't figure this out until much later. But in the beginning, there's this digging deeper section, and my son was using the internet to research the answers because they weren't actually in the reading for the day. Then we discovered that they are, I believe it's in this book. Yeah, the extra information is in this book. And so that's where these answers are. So that's a good thing to know because he was kind of looking things up online and some of them weren't quite right. And you can probably see when we figured out like where the answers were, he started getting them a lot more correct. So this is the discovery of design. That's the first section. And then it moved on to Made in Heaven. So I kind of feel like the course, well, it is pretty much divided up into 2 different sections. You have discovery, design, and then the Made in Heaven section. And there's a time when you're going to be reading the biographies as well. So here's a look at some of the other ones. So these ones are set up differently. They're more like read a page, sometimes 2 pages, and just 1 or 2 questions. Whereas the ones for the other book are much more, there's more questions. It's more question and answer based. But that's an idea of what those look like. So then, like I said, there are 3 books that go along with this course. So the first one is Discovery Design. And this is what it looks like inside. Just a very simple book. So there's the introduction. Here's an idea of what it covers. So the reading isn't too much on each page. It gives the references, it gives questions for further study. I'm trying to remember, were these the ones that corresponded? Let me go back and look at his real quick here. So this part here is what corresponds to the digging deeper, and these answers are in the back of the book. But there's pictures. There really isn't a whole lot of writing on each page or reading. That's what that looks like. The next book is this one here. Men of Science, Men of God, Great Scientists Who Believed the Bible. It's quite a short book. It's black and white. Just very straightforward, talking about different people. So, let's see here. So it has the founders of modern science, the age of Newton, just before Darwin. Just after Darwin, the modern period, and revival of creationism. So these are fairly short as well. You can see like 1 page each. There's Leonardo da Vinci, Johann Kepler. Some of these are even shorter than 1 page. So it's quite a simple read as well. Then the third book is this one here, which is actually more of a picture book format. It's a hardcover. Made in Heaven, Man's Indiscriminate Stealing of God's Amazing Design. And so this one was made by Master Books as well. I'm guessing to go along with the course. So here's everything that it covers. The foreword, the introduction. So here's an example of a page. This is what it looks like inside. So they're bright, they're colorful, they're engaging. It's all divided up by different topics and different ways that people have figured out how to mimic God's design, I should say, to create man-made things. So that's what this book looks like, and that is the third one that you need for the course. Before I jump into my thoughts and my son's thoughts, which I have a few notes here on the side, I just wanted to explain a bit about how we came to using this course. So my son, if you go back, well, a year ago really, or even more, before the school year started, he was interested in becoming a mechanical engineer. And so I wanted to find a science for him that was going to interest him and something that it would be that he wanted to do. I didn't feel like he was ready for physics yet. I thought he needed a little bit more math before he did that. And so that's kind of how I found this course and I came upon it, because it's applied engineering. When I looked at the grades, I thought, 7 to 9, he's still within that. That should be okay. And we went ahead, I had him look at it and he said yes, he was interested. And that's how we came to this course. So I asked my son, what did he like about this course? And he said that the lessons were short, they were very straightforward, that he knew what he needed to do, like the schedule was really well set up, and that it was independent. And I agree with all of that. I think the schedule is very clear, and from my point of view as marking, it's very clear to mark. It's very well laid out. Here's the answers, here's where you put the score. So in terms of friendliness for a parent or for a marker, very friendly for a child who needs to follow a schedule on their own. I also think it's quite affordable. I'm in Canada, and so the local homeschool company, they sell the teacher book, with the student pages plus the other 3 books for just over $100. But I found other ways to actually source the books cheaper. I got 2 of them from Amazon and 1 from Chapters, and I just purchased just that teacher student sheet bundle, which was about $40. If you can find secondhand, of course, it's going to be even more affordable. But for a science course, that's very good. I felt like it was very affordable. So then, what he didn't like about it, he felt like the second half of the course was really just a repeat of the first half, that you were going over the same material. He wasn't necessarily learning anything new. And he felt like he was a little bit too old for the course. He said more grades 7 to 8, and I completely agree. I think this course is more geared to middle school students. It's definitely not a high school science, maybe as an elective, but not as a main science. I would say grade 7 would probably be the ideal place that I would put my children in this course, just because it is a very simple, I don't want to say a simple course, but like the worksheet, some of the answers are one answer. Sometimes it's a very short sentence. The test is like 1-word answers, fill in the blank. I just felt it was very simple, and it was much younger than high school, for sure. So unfortunately, I wouldn't use it again for high school science. Maybe if I have another child who wants to do it like around grade 7 or 8, probably grade 7, then I might use it again, depending on the child's interest, because it is so focused in on the engineering part and copying God's designs. I asked my son which book he liked the most, and he said it was definitely this one, The Made in Heaven. He liked the pictures, he liked the information. So this one was definitely one that he really enjoyed. And I asked him overall how he felt about the course, and he said that he liked it. You know, he learned a few things. He no longer wants to go into mechanical engineering, but he still learned a few things, and I think it was still a worthwhile course. Hopefully, I've given you a good look at the course so you can figure out if it's going to fit with your family or not. But if I have missed anything, please leave them in the comment section down below, and I'm happy to answer your questions there. Otherwise, I hope this finds you having a great day. Take care.